Dito naman sa naging hakbang po ng Senado, maaari din ba? Kasi ito, resolusyon talaga. Kumbaga, kumakatawan
Mm.
ang mga senador. Hindi naman lahat, pero yung mga pumirma, meron din kumbaga, nagre-represent sila daw sa mga Pilipino. Mas mataas ito kumpara doon sa resolusyon ng kalayaan. Maaari
Mm.
bang sapitin din sa mga senador nito kasi yun nga yung resolusyon ng mga local officials pinatawan ng ban. Dito
Mm.
po kaya ano po ang nakikita nyo po dito? Posible ba yan or mas lalo lang magpapalala sa sitwasyon kung magpapatupad din sila ng kahilintulad?
Oh, the thing that I can tell is we don't even know. But what I'm saying at the moment is like this. So far, nag-reply ang Chinese embassy, I think, in response to yung sa resolution ng Senado na adopted na 15 senators ata ang pumirma, ganun pa rin naman 15 senators ata ang minority bloc hindi. Well, for me to be frank, as far as diplomatic relation between China and the Philippines through the Embassy of China in the Philippines, in Manila, it's still a political statement. Yung sa resolution na inadopt ng Senado, it's a political statement. Now, kung magkakaroon ng response na mas higher or mas higher in terms of gravity compared doon sa nilabas na statement ng kanilang spokesperson, si Councilor G, hindi natin alam. Hindi pa natin alam at hindi natin alam at the moment. So I think naman the Chinese are one thing that we have to understand with the Chinese, they're very measured and they're very calculated. They're very strategic when it comes to responses. So nag-response sila, na mabigat din ang response nila against the Senate resolution. However, kung titignan mo ang response nila dun sa Kalayaan Municipal Councilor, that's already a signaling. Signaling na yon eh. So sinasabi lang nila, okay, this is the first step. This is one of the pushback that we can do. Okay, mayroon kami ditong strong statement then against the Senate resolution. Ang ano kasi doon ganito, pag inanalyze mo yan at binasa mo yan, ang next kasi na tanong is, what if this bangayan will escalate? So ano yung next step na gagawin ng Chinese Embassy or ng China, kasi nakikipag-communicate yan sa kanilang central government, kung mag-e-escalate pa ito. Kung hindi na ito mag-e-escalate, hanggang doon na lang yon. So, nagkaroon ng resolution, sumagot ang Chinese Embassy. Kung wala nang further pa na bardagulan dyan or escalation dyan sa exchange of words, siguro hanggang dyan lang. Pero kung makita natin may escalation and then China probably will feel na, oops, sandali muna. Yun, siguro, probably, some actions will be done. Pero at the moment, ang basa ko, kung ang Senado is hanggang dun na lang, I don't think the Chinese Embassy or China will react. I think that was it. Yun, sumagot sila. Parang feeling ko ganon. Pero sana hindi na rin magbida-bida yung mga iba dyan, yung mga senador, para matapos na yan. Kasi it's not good, actually, for as far as bilateral relation is concerned between the two sides. So yun. At the end of the day, to be very frank, MJ and Admar, the only how do you call that, the only official in our government that really has a bearing when you talk about kung ano ang pwedeng maging strong response or whatever kind of response sa isang embassy or diplomats is really the president and at ang response niya will be coursed through the DFA. Kasi malinaw, when you talk about diplomatic mission, like for example, sila, pagdating nila sa Pilipinas, ang receiving state ang Pilipinas, 'di ba? Pumunta sila, ang receiving state is Pilipinas. Sino ba ang representative ng tinatawag mong receiving state? 'Di ba si Marcos Jr. Kaya nga 'di ba, pagdating ni Jing Guan, pumunta ng Malacanang, nag-present siya ng credentials niya kay Marcos Jr. Precisely because Marcos Jr. is the one who really have an upper hand when you talk about how you gonna respond sa ganitong mga diplomatic crisis na nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Yung mga senador, ano yan, political statement, political noise. At the end of the day, ang presidente ang may ano talaga diyan, ang may say.
Opo.
And so far man, yung kanina pinalabas nyo na, how do you call that, na video, interview or press conference ni Castro, ni Auntie Claire, sinabi naman niya na, Marcos Jr. still wants to have this, ganun pa rin ang kanilang approach to Philippine-China relations. So, ibig sabihin, hindi si Marcos Jr. mag-move to the point na mag-escalate ang tension between the Chinese embassy and some senators and the Coast Guard.
Apo.
So, ganun.
Prof, basahin ko lang yung tatlong nila, panawagan na dito at ihambing natin. Baka mas harsh yung ginawa ng lokal ng kalayaan,
I think so.
No? Kasi yung sa kanila persona non grata talaga. Pero dito, basahin ko lang. Ang una dito is condemn the recent public statements issued by the Embassy of the People's Republic of China that improperly criticized Philippine officials for institutions or actions undertaken in the performance of their duties, as these are contrary to accepted standards of diplomatic conduct and mutual respect between states. Affirmed that the Republic of the Philippines has the sovereign right and responsibility to present, assert, and defend its official positions and national interests in accordance with international law, and call on the Department of Foreign Affairs to take the necessary diplomatic measures to uphold the dignity of the Republic of the Philippines and to ensure that relations with other states are conducted in accordance with international law and established principles of state relations. Kung ihambing natin, mas worse yung sa sa lokal.
Oo, kasi in the very first place, persona non grata is already the extreme. That's the last resort. Ganito yon. In a diplomatic, let us say, Philippines and China, of course, ang Chinese embassy ang nasa Pilipinas, sila ang representative ng kanilang gobyerno. Sa diplomatic na relasyon, kahit nagkakagulo kayo or nagkakaroon kayo ng tension, whatever kind of tension man or crisis, yung tinatawag mong persona non grata, it's the last option. Kung wala na kayong makita na option na pwedeng mag-resolve ng tension or crisis between the two sides, it's the last option. So, ibig sabihin, kapag last option siya, ang gravity niya mataas o malalim na masyado. So, hindi mo siya ginagamit just for the sake of saying and using it. Because there is gravity in it. So, yun. Kaya nga, diba, kayangan may diplomats ka to arrange, to discuss things kapag may crisis or may mga problema yung dalawang bansa. Precisely because ayaw mo na mapunta ka dun sa persona non grata. Kasi ang equivalent nun in layman's term is expulsion. Pag pinaalis mo ang ambassador ng China, it also the same as what? Is the same as severing our official diplomatic ties with China. And it has a lot of impact. And we will be at the disadvantage. Kaya nga anong sinabi ni DFA Secretary Lazaro? Anong sabi niya? That is the last resort. Diba? Kasi gusto rin ng iba magbida-bida, persona ng grata na daw. That's last resort. Hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin just because you are politically emotional about the issue. No, it's not like that. So kaya nga sinasabi ko, ang mga Pilipino, don't get emotional about certain issues na gagawa lang kayo ng mga kung ano-ano. Tapos, at the end of the day, pagtatawanan lang tayo kasi actually, tulad ng ginawa ng municipal ng Kalayaan, hindi naman siya binding legally speaking. It's a political statement. And now, China responded, ayun, binding yun. As far as their government is concerned. Kasi binding yun talaga. Hindi mo na pwedeng bawiin yun. Hindi rin pwedeng bawiin walang magagawa si Marcos Jr. dyan, ang DFA dyan. No one. Even United Nations cannot do anything about it na ban kayo na mag-enter sa territories nila. No one can question that. So yun. Pero yung kanilang resolution, well, if you really look at the Constitution of the Philippines even, just within the Constitution of the Philippines, ano bang sinasabi within the frame of the Constitution ng Pilipinas? Under the 1987 Constitution, foreign relations are an executive power. LGUs have autonomy in local governance, not sovereignty. Even provinces do not have external personality in international law. Thus, even if politically loud, a municipality declaration does not alter diplomatic accreditation, immunities, and ambassadorial status. That's even in our own constitution. So ang sinasabi ko lang dito, yung ginawa nila is a symbolic political local escalation, and na ang nangyari, ang resback nitong China is tinatawag mong sovereign level countermeasure, which is used to reinforce what you call diplomatic hierarchy. Yun. Ang may diplomatic hierarchy actually is on the part of China. So
Opo.
yun yung sinasabi ko na mag-ingat tayo sa ating mga ginagawa, isipin natin, i-research natin muna, tignan natin kung nasa tama ka ba o hindi,
Opo.
or ano ang effect nito at impact nito sa bayan.
Opo.
Yun
Prof,
yun.
itong resolution po ng Senate, may ganito rin ba na mga ibang bansa na kanila
walang
ding
ganun.
kanila ding kongreso, kanilang parliament na nagpapasa din ng resolusyon, nagkokondena ito, kalagayan nitong na ipinakita po natin.
Ito ba yung resolution ng ng ating
Opo, ng Senado po,
Senado?
yung tatlong binasa ko po kanina. Meron bang ganyan din? Kumbaga parang nagkaisa yung mga mambabatas din nila na magpahayag po. Yung mga mga bansa na meron ding dispute with China.
To be very frank with you, maybe I'm not informed, pero so far wala pa akong na-encounter. Maybe I'm not informed. Hindi lang ako informed, but I can check on it. Pero usually kasi hindi mo yan dapat ginagamit ng ganun ka loose so far. Pero I think kung resolution ng United States, I think can be an example. Mahilig sila diyan kasi mirror image ang Pilipinas ng United States So I think the United States may mga ganon. Pero I'm not sure about other countries. At saka usually, ang mga ganitong resolution, you use it strategically and you use it the right way. Hindi lang dahil emotional ka and hindi lang dahil nagbibida-bida ka. Ganon yun. At saka on the other hand, just to correct
Apo.
yung multiple resolution na yun na sinasabi nila, China, tawag nito, ang Chinese embassy daw ay did not respect or respond in an impolite way against a statement of some officials. In the very first place, we have to trace. Saan ba nagsimula ang bakbakan na to? Itong exchange of words na maanghang ng dalawang panig. Saan nagsimula yan? Sige nga, tignan natin. Hindi ba dahil sa karikature ni Tariela ng kanilang top leader and president? Di ba dyan nagsimula yan?
Opo.
So do you really think walang karapatan ang Chinese embassy to say something when their leader is being smeared by a lowly Coast Guard na mas mataas naman na di hamak ang presidente natin? Diba?
Opo.
Saan ba nagsimula ito?
Opo.
Yun yung kailangan nilang maintindihan. That you need to trace where it started. Now, they will say na kapag nag-pushback ang Chinese embassy, sila na ay hindi marunong makisama or hindi na sila marunong, hindi na sila polite at sinasagot-sagot nila ang officials natin. Sino ba ang official na sinagot nila? Sino ba ang institution na sinagot nila? I think they did not really pertain to any institution. I think it's more personalities, political personalities, especially Tariela.